Hello friends, welcome to the course on institutional management and administration. Friend, in the previous sessions, we have dealt with an important aspect of institutional management, that is organizing. Under this important aspect, we have tried to deal with the concept of organizing. We have also tried to deal with principles under organizing and three important concepts: authority, accountability, and responsibility. In this session, we shall be dealing with organization design and structure. I am sure after going through this presentation, you shall be able to understand organization design and systems for organization design, identify appropriate system for organization design based on the environment in and around the organization, understand different organizational structures, identify organizational structure based on the organizational chart. Let's first understand organizational design. OD or organizational design is the decision-making process by which institutional managers choose an organizational structure appropriate to the strategy for the organization and environment in which members of the institution carry out that strategy. In organizational design, institutional managers need to look in two directions simultaneously, inside their organization as well as outside their organization. There are basically two types of organizational designs. These are mechanistic and organic system designs. Mechanistic system for organization design. Under this, the activities of the institution are broken down into separate and specialized tasks. Objectives for each individual and unit are precisely defined by higher level institutional managers. On the other hand, under organic system for organization design, individuals are more likely to work in a group setting than working alone. There is less emphasis on taking orders from a manager or giving orders to employees. Instead, members communicate across all levels of the organization to obtain information and advice. Mechanistic system best suits to a stable environment. On the other hand, organic system of organization design best suits to a turbulent environment. Let's understand the difference between mechanistic and organic system design of the organization more thoroughly. In the case of mechanistic system, authority is centralized. On the other hand, in the case of organic system, the authority is decentralized. When rigidity and uniformity work best, the system of mechanistic organization design is better. On the other hand, when looseness and flexibility work best, organic system is very good. Tasks and rules are clearly specified under mechanistic design. On the other hand, there are few rules and procedures under the organic system. In the case of mechanistic, employees are closely supervised. On the other hand, networks of employees are encouraged to cooperate and respond quickly to the unexpected tasks. In the case of mechanistic system, tasks are specialized. On the other hand, tasks are shared. Communication is very formalized in the case of mechanistic system. On the other side, the communication system is informal. Narrow span of control and taller hierarchical structures form the part of mechanistic structure. On the other side, wider span of control and fatter structures are the part of organic structures of design. Organizational structure, another important concept we must understand, is a formal system of tasks and reporting relationship that coordinates and motivates institutional members so that they work together to achieve institutional goals. Every organization has its own structure. It has to be based on the relationships individuals have with each other while working. The organizational structure can be illustrated in the form of an organizational chart. Basically, there are 5 types of organizational arrangements. These arrangements are functional structure, divisional structure, matrix structure, team-based structure, network structure. Let's go through them one by one. First, functional structure. Here, Grouping of people with similar work specialty is done. In the functional structure, people with similar occupational specialties are put together in a formal group. This is a diagram indicating the structure for an educational institution where director is at the top and director is assisted by deputy director administration, one special functional group, another deputy director finance, another functional group, deputy director academics, another functional group, deputy director R&D, this is another functional group. So this structure is based on the functions which are individuals are performing, and they have been clustered under different heads of administration, finance, academics, and R&D. Then comes the divisional structure. Under this structure, grouping is done based on the similarity of purpose. In a divisional structure, people with diverse occupational specialties are put together in formal groups by similar products or services or clients or customers or geographic regions. This is the structure indicating the divisional structure of an educational institution based on the services provided, based on the customer, based on the geographic locations. In the first one, director is at the top. He is assisted by the divisions of education and training programs, research and development division, instructional material development division, consultancy and community services division. So these are different divisions under which people working in similar structure have been placed under one. Although those people may be having different occupational competencies. Another structure which is based on the customer, director at the top, one division dealing with fresh students training, another industrial manpower training, community training, foreign students training, again 4 divisions under the director. The people working are having different set of occupational competencies, but they are working in one system, one division which is working for one cause, maybe fresh students, maybe industrial manpower, maybe community training, maybe foreign students. They are not all working in one group. They are all working in different divisions. Then the third, geographic, based on geographic, western region, northern region, southern region, and eastern region. This is the way we prepare divisional structure of an educational institution based on the services, customer, geographic divisions, etc., etc. Then comes the third structure, matrix structure. Under this, a grid of functional and divisional structure for 2 chains of command is prepared. An organizational structure that simultaneously groups people and resources by function and division. In a matrix structure, an institution combines functional and divisional chains of commands in a grid so that there are 2 command structures, vertical and horizontal. This is the matrix structure of an industry. At the bottom corner, right corner, there is a person, individual, who is reporting to 2 individuals. One is project manager 4, other is vice marketing, president marketing. So this is a structure which is comprising of 2 types of structure, functional structure and project structure, 2 types of chains of command. That's the reason this is called matrix structure, under which different people are simultaneously reporting to different heads, maybe 2, maybe 3. Then comes the team-based structure. Structure for eliminating functional barriers to solve problem is called team-based structure. In a team-based structure, teams of work groups, either temporary or permanent groups, are used to improve horizontal relations and solve problems throughout the institution. When institutional managers from different functional divisions, departments are brought together in teams, known as cross-functional teams, to solve specific problems, the barriers between the divisions, departments breaks down. This is the team-based structure of an industry where president is the top, and first functional structure where vice president R&D, vice president design, vice president engineering, vice president marketing. Under them, the project teams are working under interdisciplinary heads. One project team manager manufacturing product may be working with vice president R&D and simultaneously also working with vice president design. So this is a team-based structure in which project teams are important and they are then coordinated by different types of heads, maybe R&D, design, engineering, marketing, all work in tandem so that we are able to solve the problems and work in a team-based function. And then comes the last structure, that is network structure. The network structure is the organizational structure having a central core that is linked to outside independent institutions or organizations by computer connections which are used to operate as if all have a single institution. Institutions which are big using this type of structure are sometimes also called virtual institutions. This is an example of a computer company where the core company is placed at USA. The other parts are at different places, like design office is at USA, parts assembly may be at China, distribution unit is at Sweden, accounts and financing unit is at India, engineering company is at Germany. But all these links are linked to internet, and they are working in tandem with each other. And this type of structure is a network structure. Summarizing, I would like to say that organizational structure is a formal arrangement of jobs within the institution. It can be illustrated by using organizational chart. When institutional managers create or change the structure, they are engaged in organizational design. Mechanistic and organic system of design are the two systems important in the organizational design. Mechanistic system best suits to a stable environment, whereas organic system to a turbulent environment. Organizations in the changing environments can use some combination of the two systems discussed above. Friends, I am very sure that after understanding this organizational structure, organizational design, organization chart, you shall be able to make the organization design and structure for your organization in which you are working. And the things which are very important to be covered, noted that there are 5 types of structure based on the requirements of the system of the educational institution. You are to use the system which is most appropriate for the institution in which you are working. I hope by now you must have understood also the 5 types of structures: functional, divisional, networked, team-based. These are the structures you must implement in your institution as per the requirements. And finally, you must understand whether your institution is having a stable environment or a turbulent environment. Accordingly, you are to use the right system for the right approach. Thank you. Thank you very much.